Hey guys, it is Adrian Jensen back for ProductionCrate.com, and today I'm going to show you how to suck a planet into a black hole. If you can deal with having that on your conscience, let's get started. On FootageCrate, navigate to the sci-fi section and you'll see this new subsection called Planet Killers. That's actually what Chris and I are going to call our death metal band once we finally finish our album. This is our year, baby. At the bottom, you'll see these 5 planet killer elements. We're going to download all of them except for the planet textures one. We won't be needing that for this example. First, you're going to need a planet. Below, I will link you to NASA's website. They have tons of images that you are allowed to use. This one is of the planet Venus. Although you might want to pretend in your head this isn't actually Venus because I'm going to be doing some pretty scientifically inaccurate stuff. This is now a fantasy alien planet. I'm actually going to heck around with the colors just to differentiate it a bit. Alternatively, on FootageCrate, we do have several versions of the spinning Earth. You could grab one of those and freeze frame it, but I've already done the Earth, so I'm going to go with something new. Actually, the Earth and the Moon are available for download as completed effects on FootageCrate, just so you know. The first asset I'm going to use is called PK Black Hole Clouds. I'm just going to drop that in and rescale the planet to fit it in as perfectly as possible. Now I'm going to move forward in the timeline until the atmosphere element starts to shrink, set some keyframes on the planet layer for position and scale, and start scaling down my planet every few frames to match. Next, I'll grab the PK Black Hole Magma element. You can skip this if your planet is supposed to be gaseous or icy. All of these are optional, but I'm just gonna grab that and drop it in under the clouds, set it to an add transfer mode, and add a glow or maybe a couple levels of glow to it. Using more than one glow, one tight and one wide, will give you a more realistic look. You can also play around with recoloring this. Maybe making it glow green or purple will give your planet a more alien look. Next is the PK Black Hole Rocks element. I'm going to put that above the magma and apply a levels and a tritone effect to it. In the tritone, just steal some colors directly from your planet, and then using the levels, which comes before the tritone, just use it to tweak the blacks and the whites until it starts to blend in. Up next is the smoke. You can grab that and drop it in on top of everything and copy and paste the effects from the rocks if the default color doesn't work for you, and tweak those until they look right. Once you've got all these effects on, you'll see where there should be a hole forming in your planet. To better accentuate this, let's add a black solid below all the FootageCrate effects and draw in the hole using a mask. I also have this solid parented to the planet so it will shrink along with it. I added some feathering to the mask and keyframed it to increase over time. Another optional idea might be to add an adjustment layer below all the FootageCrate assets and put a displacement map effect on it using the smoke layer as the source. This will allow your planet's surface to move a little bit more. I'm now going to pre-compose every layer for some final touches. If you want your planet to have an atmosphere, you can do this with some layer styles. This helps the planet look like it supports life. First, an inner shadow. Set it to an appropriate color and change the blend mode to color dodge or screen. Adjust the angle to match the lighting of your shot and the size and opacity and distance to taste. Next, a drop shadow, and copy the color of the inner shadow. You want to make this one a screen transfer mode because color dodge won't show up on a dark background like the empty void of space. You can adjust the color to make it match better if you deem it necessary. I'm changing the angle on mine to point up and to the left and turning up the sides just a bit. This way it's going to glow more on the side where the light is actually hitting the planet. On both of these, I'm going to keyframe them to disappear towards the end because at that point this planet is dead. If you have real smart motion blur, I would apply that now. If not, pixel motion blur will work, but it is not preferable in most cases. Lastly, you can either find a spacey background online or make one using fractal noise. Add a new solid, apply fractal noise, turn the contrast way up, turn the brightness way down, twirl down the transform options, and bring the scale down until it looks like stars. Congratulations, you have just killed billions of people. But don't let me tell you what to do, let your creativity go nuts. Here, the planet I used as the base, which is Mercury, is a little bit more colorful, so I doubled up the rocks and smoke and offset them in time so that I could have 2 colors. I also made the magma glow blue. This one is intended to be a dead lava planet. I got rid of the clouds and the atmosphere, but it's otherwise the same as the Venus example. I just made it really dark and extracted only the brightest points and made those glow red and orange. orange. To make an ice planet, I did the same thing, but I deleted the magma layer and I made the darker bits more of a greenish blue and the lighter ones white, and with just a little kiss of glow. And of course, here's the moon. If you're new to ProductionCrate, we would absolutely love to have you subscribed, especially right now, because at the time of this recording, it's Friday. We are on our way towards a huge milestone. Actually, hang on, let me check on that. It looks like right now we're only 29 away from hitting the big 20,000. It's a big deal for us. We're actually really excited about it. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to get it on the ground floor, because after this, whenever you talk about ProductionCrate to your friends, they're gonna be like, yo, I've been with ProductionCrate since 2017 when they didn't even have 20,000 subscribers, and you're gonna be embarrassed. I'm just playing. Subscribe if you want to, make it awesome, and I'll see you next week.